Martha, later this evening, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will be face-to-face yet again. This will be at the Al Smith Dinner in New York City. It's held at the Waldorf Astoria. They do it every year. But every 4 years, you get both candidates who attend and speak. It's a night filled with humor, and frankly, it's good fun. Cardinal Dolan is the Archbishop of the Catholic Church in New York City. And coming off the comments from about a week ago that were found in some of the WikiLeaks emails about disdain for Catholics and how certain people, including the chairman of our company, Rupert Murdoch, chose to baptize his children in the Jordan River. Now Cardinal Dolan is reacting to those comments and putting it in the following frame as he reflects on this now.
Just extraordinarily patronizing and insulting to Catholics. I've had some meetings with Secretary Clinton, and I found myself in admiration of what she said about the defense of Christians throughout the world and her own commitment to religious freedom. I'm hoping that she's going to distance herself from these very insulting remarks of her chief of staff.
Well, Steve Hilton, founder and CEO of CrowdPack and a former strategy director with the UK Prime Minister David Cameron. Leslie Marshall, syndicated radio host and a Fox News contributor. And good day to both of you.
Good morning.
So you both live in L.A., huh?
Yeah.
Short commute for you both here in Vegas.
Yeah.
I think that is a very touching moment there from the Archbishop when you have a room tonight that's devoted to the faith and not quite sure how this is going to go. Well, I think his big point is that there was no profound apology.
I don't think there's any apology. I think what this is going to do is shine a spotlight on, I think, one of the probably the most incendiary thing that we've seen from the many, many hundreds of thousands of things in these WikiLeaks. The casual way in which people's faith was insulted in those remarks that were revealed. And it goes to that whole argument about that we first saw with the basket of deplorables comment, that the attitude towards so many Americans on the part of people involved in the Clinton campaign is just really patronizing and dismissive. And I think it could really reinforce this sense that you've got this out-of-touch elite that looks down their noses at millions of regular, everyday Americans.
I would love to go through the emails of everybody who works on the Trump campaign, because I would dare say we would find things like that. My mom always said, don't write anything down you don't want the rest of the world to see. One of the issues that I have, I agree with you, we were talking, about if this had been another religious group, such as
To
Jews
be clear, these were not the words of Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
But she will be called on perhaps tonight.
Right.
To defend or to apologize or to diffuse.
I don't feel, I have a staff and they're not my children. They're grown adults. They may work for me, but their mindset and their opinions are not mine. I could see her saying, hey, Jennifer, you should make an apology. I don't feel that Hillary Clinton should be making an apology for something her staffer said in an email in response to others. I think, quite frankly, very staunch Catholics probably, aren't already favorable of Secretary Clinton, and especially after the debate last night when she was very specific on her very pro-choice stance.
Dolan is taking it personally for the following reason. He believes if any other religious order was insulted, there would be an apology immediately. And he hasn't gotten that, Steve.
Yeah, I think that Leslie's right, that it's not personal to Hillary Clinton, but I think that when you look at the whole culture that's emanating from these WikiLeaks, it does say something about the attitude of the Clinton world, the Clinton establishment that's been around and together for so long, working together. And even though you can't trace this, like so many others, back to her directly, I think it says something really deep about how they feel about issues and about the country. And I think there are other aspects of the WikiLeaks revelations that just simply don't have the opportunity to be discussed because they're a bit more complicated and there's lots of detail there. This is really simple.
It's pretty obvious.
Exactly.
You chose Catholicism because your friends would accept you. And if you chose to be evangelical, they would reject you. That's cutting.
I was baptized in the Jordan River, and I have a whole different religious background. And one of the things I love about our nation, and my favorite part of our Constitution, is the First Amendment. And that covers our religion. That covers our freedom of what we're doing right now. Again, if she were to perhaps say something to Jennifer and you have to make an apology. But then again, let's be honest, I think it would fall largely on deaf ears. I think people would say if they came out with an apology tomorrow, oh, they're just, or today, they're just doing this because of the dinner tonight. They're just doing it because Bill Hemmer said that they should make an apology. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think it would be
true.
perceived as genuine and received
Let's see how it is handled tonight. I think you can do it in a very appropriate way. and I'll never put you guys in a basket, okay?
Well, you know what, Bill, I think that when we see these things, it seems to me that before long, everyone in America is going to end up in the basket of deplorables, apart from Bill, Chelsea, and Huma Abedin, the more we see these WikiLeaks revelations.
Nice to see you both. Thank you.
See you.
All right.